I put together a parlay with total odds of 16, let's break it down. First selection, Chaca forever versus Carril. And for me this one is pretty straightforward. When a team sitting bottom of the table with just one win in 15 rounds faces a side that has collected 13 points from its last 5 matches and pushed itself into the fight for the top spots, it's a very difficult to find argument in favor of the hosts. Especially when you look at the current form of both teams. Chaca is having a disastrous season, just 9 points from 15 matches, last place in the standings, the worst defense in the league with 20 goals conceded, and only 11 goals scored. And the problem goes beyond results. The team simply looks poor on the pitch. They constantly struggle to create chances, while defensive mistakes appear almost every game. It's no surprise that the hosts have now gone 7 matches without a win. Even at home, the situation is not improving, when the last 2 home games ending in defeats. What worries me most is the attack. In 4 of their last 7 matches, Chaca failed to score at all. For a team sitting at the bottom of the table and desperately needing points, that is a very alarming statistic. When a team has such serious finishing issues, it becomes extremely difficult to expect victories. Buddy, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post match analysis every day and always try to help my subscribers stay in profit. I also appreciate constructive criticism and your well-argued picks in the comments. I read all of them. Guys, here's my Telegram and my stats. I work as transparently and honestly as possible. I even pay taxes as an individual entrepreneur. I am one of the few in this space who actually works openly and fairly. The link is in the description below. Against that bad drop, Ferro looks like the complete opposite. Yes, the start of the season was inconsistent, but as the campaign progressed, the visitors improved significantly. If the first 10 rounds were shaky, the team is now in excellent form. 4 wins and just 1 draw in the last 5 matches speaks for themselves. What is especially important is that a large portion of those results came away from home, where Ferro feels perfectly comfortable. The team has also taken a major step forward defensively. Ferro has now kept 3 consecutive clean sheets. Over the last 5 matches, they have conceded just 3 goals. And in terms of defensive organization, they currently look like one of the strongest teams in their group. That is the factor I like most here. Chaca already struggles to score, and against such a disciplined defense, their chances should be even more limited. At the same time, I would not expect an open game. Argentina's Primera Nacional rarely produces high-scoring matches, especially when pragmatic teams are involved. Ferro is more than capable of getting the job done with a narrow 1-0 or 2-0 victory. That is why my favorite parlay option here is Ferro draw no bet. The visitors are in much better form and objectively stronger in almost every department. If you want extra insurance, you can look at double chance x2 plus under 3.5 goals. For a bigger price, in the crazy parlay, I would consider double chance x2 plus over 1.5 goals at around 2.50. But I also really like double chance x2 plus both teams to score at odds of 3.1. Guys, for the crazy parlay I try not use my main bankroll, because parlays are always risky. That is why I usually use welcome bonuses from partners. I signed up, made the minimum deposit, received 5 bonus activations, and basically placed each bonus on a separate parlay with high odds. If the parlay wins, the bonus multiplies by the odds and moves into my main bankroll, where I can withdraw it. If it loses, my main bankroll remains untouched, which is also very nice. The partner is official and reliable. I love the bonus link and full terms in the pinned message on my Telegram channel. The promotion is still active, so it would be a shame to not use it. Let's move on. Second selection, Gode Cruz versus Atletico and Mirte. And here I would not rush to label the hosts as favorites, just because they are playing at home. Yes, Gode Cruz is still unbeaten at home this season, but if you dig a little deeper, the picture becomes far less convincing. The team is nowhere near its best form right now. Over the last 8 matches, they have managed just 3 draws and 3 defeats, while victories have become a rarity. The issue is obvious. The attack has stopped featuring consistent. During that stretch, Gode Cruz failed to score in 5 matches. For a team with ambitions of finishing near the top of the table, that is a very worrying trend. Even in the latest match against Estudiantes, the story was familiar. Very few chances were created, and one conceded goal led to yet another defeat. It is becoming a pattern. The team struggles to create opportunities and finds it even harder to convert them. Unsurprisingly, in 6 of their last 9 matches, Gode Cruz scored no more than 1 goal. Against that backdrop, Atletico Mirte looks like a far more interesting option. Yes, they lost 1-3 to league the leaders Deportivo Mor in the previous round, but it is important to understand the level of the opponent. Even in that game, Mirte managed to score and extended their scoring streak. Looking at their last 6 matches, the team has scored 9 goals. For Primera Nacional, it is a very respectable number, especially considering how low scoring this league tends to be. I also like how the visitors perform away from home. Atletico Mirte has lost only once in 8 away matches. In fact, they picked up points in 7 of those games. Most of them ended in draws, but that only highlights how difficult they are to beat on the road. This team knows how to suffer, slow games down, and very rarely collapses. Another important factor is the visitors' defense. In 7 of their last 8 matches, Atletico Mirte conceded no more than 1 goal. For this week, that is an excellent statistic. Given Gode Cruz's attacking struggles, it is hard to imagine the host running away with this one. For me, this looks like a classic tight and cautious match. Gode Cruz tends to play carefully at home, while Atletico Mirte consistently grinds out results away from home. It feels like a game that will be decided by a single moment. That is why my favorite parlay pick is Atletico Mirte +1 handicap. Even if the hosts prove stronger, winning by more than 1 goal will be very difficult. If you want a bigger price, then for the crazy parlay, double chance X2 plus under 3.5 goals at around 2.3 looks attractive. I also broke down one more match as a single, but it can easily be added to the parlay as well. Colón de Santa Fe versus Ciudad Bolivar. And here I definitely would not rush to back the host simply because they are playing at home. Yes, Colón remains near the top of the table, but if you look at their current form, they are nowhere near as convincing as they were a few months ago. Over their last 7 matches, they have managed just 1 victory, while the rest ended in either draws or defeats. What is particularly concerning is the defensive decline. Early in the season, Colón barely conceded, but clean sheets have now become a rarity. They have conceded in each of their last 5 matches. Meanwhile, Ciudad Bolivar looks much more stable. The team has maintained a high level throughout the season and fully deserves its place above Colón in the standings. Over the last 7 rounds, they have collected 5 wins, 1 draw and just 1 defeat. What impresses me most is their defensive record. Bolivar kept clean sheets in 5 of their 7 matches. In a league where most teams play cautiously, that is a very strong statistic. Their away form is equally impressive. 8 away matches and not a single defeat. That is not a coincidence. This team knows how to adapt to opponents, slow game downs, and pick up points even when bookmakers give the edge to the home side. As for the attack, Bolivar is doing quite well there too. The team has scored in each of its last 7 matches. That is especially important given Colón's current defensive issues. The hosts no longer look like a team capable of comfortably shutting opponents out and grinding out narrow victories. I expected a very tense and tactical match where 1 or 2 moments could decide everything. Colón will likely try to control the game at home, but their current form doesn't inspire much confidence. Ciudad Bolivar looks like the more organized and consistent side right now and should be capable of avoiding defeat at the very least. That is why my favorite parlay pick here is Ciudad Bolivar +1 handicap. Even if Colón turns out to be the better team on the day, winning by more than 1 goal will be extremely difficult. And for those looking for a bigger price, double chance X2 plus under 3.5 goals at odds around 2.3 is definitely worth considering.